write a character's direct speech, you'll need to listen very closely. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, and then tell us who said it and how they said it, you plum. Inverted commas, how are you? Question mark, inverted commas, asked the happy butcher as he combed his hair. New line. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, and then tell us who said it and how they said it, you plum. Inverted commas, I am cross! Exclamation mark, inverted commas, roared the angry teacher before she glugged her tea. New line. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, and then tell us who said it and how they said it, you plum. Inverted commas, good morning everyone, comma, inverted commas, gleefully sang the wizard as he scratched his beard. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, and then tell us who said it and how they said it, you plum.
Must be a piece of punctuation inside the inverted commas. And remember, new speaker, new line.
Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, talking, 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 a piece of punctuation. Inverted commas, and then tell us who said it and how they said it, you plum.
She said I'm late, I have to run, but Morning, ma'am. I'm going to switch off the light so that we can see our projector and what's projected better. Thank you. So today we are working with direct and reported speech. So guys, let's see what is our objectives. Objectives are like the gears in technology that flows into each other. So you learn something that flows into the next gear and then goes to the last one. Okay, please go back one slide. Thanks for the help there at the back. So we're going to define our direct and our reported speech. And then we are gonna convert the direct to the reported speech. And then we will apply the tense and the pronoun changes. Right, let's read this poem. I will read it for you. Direct and indirect speech. When people speak, we share their view. In direct speech, the words are true. We use quotation marks to show the exact words spoken, row by row. She said, I love to read a book. He asked me, where did you look? When telling others what they said, we changed the form inside our head. So guys, with that poem, we learned that all the reported speech was in there, that it changes from what someone said to that we report that someone said. Okay, so direct speech, guys. You see, these two kids are speaking directly to each other. So, we uses the speaker's exact words. Nuluntu said, and then whatever Nuluntu said. Okay. Always uses the quotation marks. And then we always have the example. We have example. She said. Then it has a comma. Not a colon like in Afrikaans, but a comma. Then open quotations. I am happy. Full stop, and you close your quotation marks. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Then at reported speech, you report what someone else said. Like I always think, it's a gossip story here, girls. But the boys also gossip, ne girls?
Yes.
So it reports the meaning without quotation marks. So now we take away the quotation marks and then we say that it was said. Okay. Then the example here. She said, we took away our comma and our quotation and we made it into a that. She, and then we changed our tense to was happy. And then it ends, like always, with a full stop. Right. Then let's look what is the changes from the old way to the new way. So the pronoun changes from I and me to them and they and we and okay. Then the tenses usually move to the back, like we saw the tense was at the back. And then the time words may change. Is becomes was becomes were. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Any questions? All good?
Yes.
Bye. Then we see we have a tense table. Is and am becomes was. Are becomes were. Will becomes would. And can will become could. And have will become had. Right. Yes, another example. The direct speech. I will go tomorrow. You see, we have our quotations and we have our full stop. Then we reported. He said that he would go the next day. So you see that the next day will be tomorrow. It will not stay tomorrow. You have to change that to the next day or the following day. Yes, there's a question.
If we don't change it to next day, is it gonna be wrong in the exam?
Yes, it will be because you have to change. That is one of the rules. That if you go back a couple of slides, you see the time word may change. That is one of the rules. The time word change. Okay, so you can go to the example again. So that's what I said, that it must change to get your full marks. Because guys, you can get 3 marks for each sentence if you do it correctly. We go to the next slide. Okay, let's try this activity. Let's try this orally. Okay. I am tired, Tom said. In what tense is it, guys? Present tense, but also in what speech is it? Direct. Why is it in direct speech, guys? There's quotation marks. Thank you, Tumile. And then what else is there to make it direct speech? The comma. Thank you, Tandeka. It is the comma. Okay. I am tired, Tom said. Lindiwe, how would I say this in indirect speech?
Tom said he was tired.
Where's your that? Because I said that your quotation mark and your comma turns into a that. Tom said that. He becomes am and is becomes was. Thank you, Bile. Am becomes was. So let's try that one again, Lindiwe. Tom said Tom said that he was tired. Yes. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let Luande answer this one. We will win, they said. So let's start with
They said that
yes.
they will win.
Yes. Okay. Then lastly, let's ask about Tandeka. How are we going to change this one? Where do you live? She asked. Yes, it's Umule.
She asked that where does she live?
There doesn't come a that there. You leave out the that. It stays a comma. Because there was no comma.
Oh.
She asked where dead. Because do becomes dead. Then you becomes they or she or whatever you want it to be. Love. Okay.
Yes, but
Let's summarize what we learned, guys, because we learned something today. So, Lindiwe, what did you learn today?
I learned to put and then direct into
You learned to put direct into indirect speech, changing the quotations and the comma to a that. Yes, Randle, what did you learn? Yes. Okay. So, let's see. We learned quotation marks is only used in the direct speech. And then no quotations, because your quotation marks and your comma, like Lindiwe said, becomes a that in your reported speech. And then the meaning has to stay the same. Although you change the tense, the meaning has to stay the same. Okay, guys, and then I'm going to hand out a homework activity for you guys to do. It's going to be change as directed. Read the following sentences and change them into reported speech. So from the direct to the indirect or reported. The gossip, guys. So that would be the homework. Then you may start with that as soon as I hand it out. Okay. Do you all understand?
Yes.
Everybody is on par understanding direct and reported speech?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Okay.
Direct speech, indirect speech. The two ways of reporting what somebody says is through direct speech and indirect speech. In direct speech, we use the speaker's own words and put speech marks around the words spoken. For example, Nikki said, "I am learning a new topic." In indirect speech, we do not use the exact words of the speaker and do not use speech marks. Instead, report what was said using the word that and the past form of the verb used by the speaker. For example, Nikki said that she was learning a new topic.
Hi friends! Today we will learn about direct and indirect speech. Consider the sentence, "She said, I saw him." In this sentence, the direct words of the speaker are repeated. There is no change in the words. This type of speech is called direct speech. Now, imagine that I want to tell someone else what that person said. So we will say it like this. She said that she had seen him. In this sentence, the words of the speaker are reported and not directly repeated. Such speech is used to talk to someone about the past. This type of speech is called indirect or reported speech. Reported speech finds extensive use in journalism, as news is always reported in the past. Let's look at some of the characteristics of direct and reported speech. Direct speech. In the direct speech, the words spoken are always put inside inverted commas. The first word inside the inverted commas starts with a capital letter. We do not change the tense of the sentence. Reported speech. In reported speech, no inverted commas are used. The pronoun I changes to he or she. Likewise, they changes to we. We change the tense of the sentence according to the tense of the direct speech. Now, let's look at some of the rules for changing direct speech into reported speech. Omit all the inverted commas or quotation marks and end the sentence with a full stop. For example, she said, "I am tired." She said that she was tired. We notice that the inverted commas are omitted and the sentence is ending in a full stop. He asked, "Where are you going?" He asked that, where was he going? Here also, the direct speech has a question mark, but we omit the question mark in the reported speech. Second, the tense of the direct speech will be changed into its corresponding tense in the reported speech. The tense change will be done as follows. Simple present will change into simple past. For example, she said, "I like to read." She said that she liked to read. Present continuous will change into past continuous. For example, Andrew said, "I am coming over." Andrew said that he was coming over. Present perfect will change into past perfect. For example, the girl said, "I have been to London." The girl said that she had been to London. Simple past will change into past perfect. For example, he said, "I hated broccoli when I was a kid." He said that he hated broccoli when he was a kid. Past continuous will change into past perfect continuous. For example, they said, "We were waiting for the bus when the accident happened." They said that they had been waiting for the bus when the accident happened. When the reporting verb of the direct speech is in present tense, the tense in the reported speech will not change. For example, he says, "I am happy." He says that he is happy. When a universal statement is stated in direct speech, the tense in the reported speech will not change. For example, she said, "Water is transparent." The fact that water is transparent is known universally, so the tense in the reported speech will not change. So, the sentence will be, "She said that water is transparent." Third, whenever we change a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech, we can also change the pronouns. Given below is a conversion table for pronouns. I in the direct speech will change to he or she in the indirect speech. My in the direct speech will change to his or her in the indirect speech. Mine will change to his or her. You can change to I, he, she, we, they according to the context. Your can change to my, his, her, our, their. Yours can change to mine, his, hers, ours, their. We will change to they. Our will change to their. Ours will change to theirs. These can change to those. So friends, today we learned about direct and reported speech, its characteristics, and some rules for changing direct speech into reported speech. Now you can go ahead and take a quiz to learn more. Bye-bye!
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And if you want to see more fun videos, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more content. Bye-bye!